Hello, this is not a spring chicken. Yes, Obama and the U.S. is finding. Oh, wait a minute. What did Obama commit not to do? Oh, what's that ground trip? Oh, ground trips, no-fly zone. Oh, all I know now is everybody is really upset with us because, oh, I guess we did what we said we weren't going to do. Well, for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. Obama declared by the left media as the greatest foreign policy president in the history of the U.S. over his bringing all together over the no-fly zone.
He basically didn't bring anybody together. They voted to have it, and he went along with them because this guy... Okay, here's what I heard last night from the presidential historians. Every time we have a weak president, the whole world takes advantage of it, and they know this president is probably the weakest weakest leader this nation has ever had. I mean, he basically sits below Jimmy Carter now.
Well, they knew he would. Okay, here was your first clue that they knew he would be a weak president. They all wanted him to be president.
Yeah, they didn't. Okay, it's one of the things when you elect a person that is anybody but, you always get somebody that nobody wants in the end. So.
Ooh. And the whole world is critical of the U.S. over its use of missiles in Libya.
Missiles are fired. Once the missile is fired, the missile either has to be blown up or it has to hit a target somewhere.
But we're losing that plane it lost?
Well, yeah, we lost a $250 million plane now, which they said as soon as those pilots' boots hit the ground, Obama violated his agreement. There'd be no troops on the ground. Because
because the pilots ejected from the airplane, right?
Yeah. But he also found out, through his dismay, the Russians have been selling handheld missiles to the Libyan army, and they now cannot, if they come in close to where the tanks and stuff are, they're going to fire missiles at them.
Well, wasn't there a reason for that no-fly zone, which you're trying to expand?
Well, no, the no-fly zone is meant that they're supposed to keep, we're supposed to go up and make certain that no Libyan planes fly, which means up, not down. But they said Obama has decided, you know, nobody is taking credit for it, so they figure it must be Obama, that he's going to decide who should be the victors in this war. But they said the trick is that I heard the experts last night said this war could go on for years because the upper hand is still with Gaddafi always. He holds the majority of the country is in the hands of his supporters, and they don't support the rebels. So they're not going to take they're not going to take 2/3 of the country, and the oil fields are in his hands. So they have no money, no support, and no armaments.
Well, advantage Gaddafi.
That's why they said they're now figuring they said Obama's war will take at least 6 months. They're calling it Obama's war. Which basically finishes his presidency, folks. They will not. I mean, before, well, we're going to support this man because he is he has the best chance of winning. No.
Well, we did get a lot of criticism, like he came in way too late.
Yeah, the Democrats have said when the war was winnable without any cost, he waited. So.
Haitians vote for president to lead nations. Oh, wait a minute. Boy voice strikes. Libyan rebels try to advance.
Yeah, they got nowhere because they found out as soon as we found out that they got handheld missiles, we retreated.
Golly, there's another
all those troops, all the rebels hung up there. And as soon as that happened, the Libyan army rolled in with tanks and artillery and basically just did this. We're talking a slaughter took place because of Obama. Again, Obama is refusing to list how many people are dying on the civilian side or on the rebel side.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
But they got the records of those.
Yeah.
They're just not releasing them.
That's what's missing too. I don't have my stuff on the military over on me. I have to go check about that. So.
Oh, okay. And the Haitians vote for president to lead the nation's reconstruction.
Well, yeah, it's going to be probably one of the people that have been thrown out before, because all the ex-presidents that were thrown out are now back in the country. The reconstruction, basically, there is no reconstruction. You know, only people that's come through with any of their pledges for money is the United States.
Oh, really?
Yep.
NATO discord.
The NATO, okay, this was not what was agreed to, what Obama is doing. There was no agreement to fire 125 missiles into the country. The agreement was to protect the air. And you do not have to destroy missile defense systems for an airplane to fly over and fire something 2 or 3 miles below you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
In other words, everybody's all pissed off at it.
and our airplanes are fully capable. Every plane has got the equipment on it. They know when an air defense system is in operation, and when the air defense system is in operation, they can take it out from the fighter plane. You do not have to fire. But Obama, I don't want to put American troops at risk, so we're going to fire indiscriminately missiles into areas.
Verizon Wireless to start selling the first 4G phone.
Yeah, once again, they were too late. I mean, they got their iPhones, then it was the iPhone, it was the older iPhone. Now, after the newer iPhone has been out in AT&T's hands, they're putting the new iPhone out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they said that they do nothing but bungling over Verizon.
I don't understand why they started with the 3G phone. Other than people had the 4G and they wanted the 3G because they thought the 3G was better. Is that why they started with it? Or they just had an extra supply of it?
There was a lot of cheap 3G that they could get out there. And then this is where the people, they're selling me a 3G phone, and a 4G phone that just came out over on AT&T. That basically pissed off a lot of the people that were going to Verizon.
And no quick fix for getting Japan nuclear plant under control.
Well, I mean, there is nothing. The thing is just going to continue until they shut the bloody thing down. They're trying to save it because they need power. It isn't going to do it. You just cut your losses and shut the stuff off and seal them up forever. And then start all over again.
Republicans vote to nominate candidates by mail.
Yeah, the Democrats pushed through a piece of legislation. I love this one. The top two candidates in the primary, there's an open primary, and the top two candidates in all the primary for all the state positions and the city and the whatever local positions will be the candidates running in the election, which means since the Democrats have the majority of the voters in the state, they said that virtually every election would be a Democrat versus a Democrat, and there'd be no Republicans elected. But we didn't do this to have that happen. We did this to make certain that Republicans wouldn't control the voting process and put people in that people didn't want. No, they did it so the Republicans could never win another seat in the House or Senate. And now they circumnavigated it because they're going to have a written primary, and it doesn't cost the state any money, which Brown can't throw a fit because the Republican primary costs nothing.
An Arizona judge orders Loeffner to undergo mental evaluation.
Well, yeah, they're going to let him. He's going to get off the hook, folks. He killed all those people, and he's going to get off the hook because it doesn't take a genius to figure out
he's mentally unstable.
He's mentally unstable.
Yeah. FDA panel weighs menthol cigarette ban.
Yeah, they said that there's not much of a chance of that happening. I like menthol cigarettes.
What?
That's flip-flop Obama, who's basically, he's no longer smoking unless you happen to see him leaning out the window of the White House smoking.
I know, and there are, let's just say there's pictures out there.
There's lots of pictures of the president. He hasn't smoked in a year, and then they run a caption.
That's not smoking.
No, that's not smoking. Well, he's not inhaling, he's just puffing. I didn't inhale.
Yeah. At Defiant March, Syrians shout, "No more fear." What?
That's a ridiculous thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm serious about that one.
Petraeus, first U.S. cuts will include combat forces.
Yep. Obama is pulling the troops out this summer in Afghanistan, folks. They're coming out just like basically he didn't give them enough to win. Now he's pulling them out because, well, if I get all the troops out before the election, they'll easily elect me because I brought peace. Well, no.
He's got
when the
Libya.
slaughtering starts taking place, and they'll blame that on Obama. And we'll have to go back in and do it all over again because Obama.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like that's not a repeat in history.
Yeah, the Democrats do it every time. The Democrats screw things up, and then the Republicans get elected to undo what they did.
And California Blue Cross provider delays $40 million in rate hikes.
It's going to happen because the law gives them the right to make the rate hikes, folks. The president gave them the right to raise rates until for another 3 years. I got to have their support. If I do this, they're going to go to court against me, and I will lose in court because they have too much money. Well, the problem is that Obama now is pissed. He's trying to rein in costs by threatening all the insurance providers, and they're getting ready to sue him in court, on the grounds of restriction of trade. So, and he has no legal authority to tell a state that they can't. Every state has its own insurance commission. Obama has no authority to order that insurance commission what they can or cannot do. The Constitution forbids it.
So guess what's happening?
Yeah.
And Dion returns to recession hit Vegas with a new show.
Oh yeah, well, okay. I would not hire her because she just goes off for she basically leaves. She's basically ruined a record company. She's ruined her own business. She's damaged the Caesar's Palace twice, and now they hire her back to damage them a third time because she'll walk again in 2 years.
What, when she gets pregnant again?
No, she's not get pregnant this time. When the guy's like 90 years old, so she's got twins this last time, so she won't get pregnant again. But she just walks.
Really?
Yeah, she just walks out on her, well, my contract is up, so I'm going to go off and rest for a couple of years. Nobody buys her records anymore because she spends so much time doing nothing that she can't sell a record.
Americans appear wary, cautious over U.S. role in Libya.
They don't have, they don't know nobody knows what's being done in Libya. There's no central command. NATO is unhappy about the way they're doing things. The African Union is unhappy, the Arab League is unhappy, the Russians unhappy. There's nobody in charge. And if Obama puts the United Nations in charge, the Democrats are going to run him out of office. They're wanting this guy. Democrats are now talking on national television about joining with the Republicans to impeach this president.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
You simply cannot do today what needed to be done yesterday.